Hello everyone. Today we will explore Forms, a new PolyAnalyst feature that makes reports interactive and automates real-time data analysis. Forms lets users input values directly into reports, numbers, dates, or text. These inputs are stored in JSON format and integrated with automation tools like Submit and Scheduler for real-time processing. Now let's see how Forms work. Users enter data, apply constraints, and store it in JSON format. The Submit button triggers the scheduler, which reads the input, performs analysis, and updates the report dynamically. Why we use Forms? It's because it provides real-time results, seamless automation, and customization. It's scalable across multiple use cases, from simple data entry to advanced predictive modeling. Let's see Forms in action. In the following demo, I will show how users can utilize Forms to input their name, age, and date. Once submitted, the scheduler is triggered, instantly processing and displaying the data within the report. This is the report we're showcasing. The Forms feature is embedded in the left side input section. Once the user enters their information and clicks Submit, the data instantly appears in the right side table. Let's start by entering a name, followed by gender. The next is the age. The last one is the date. After clicking the Submit button, a message in the lower right will confirm that the records have been added successfully. Now we can see the new records have been updated in the data table. Through this example, we get a basic understanding of how Forms are used within a report. Forms not only allow us to input numbers, text, and dates but also integrate with the Submit button to trigger the scheduler. This enables the system to process the input data in the background and display the results in the report. In the next demo, we'll track gas station coffee sales. Users enter planned sales and Forms dynamically compares them with actual revenue, updating the report in real time. Now let's take a look at this report. In the top left corner, you'll find the section where you can use Forms to enter planned coffee sales data for each gas station. The bar chart on the right compares overall coffee sales revenue to the planned revenue. The yellow bars represent the planned revenue. The table below displays the original dataset, including gas station names, planned coffee prices, planned coffee sales, overall revenue data, and planned revenue. However, the planned sales information is incomplete and requires manual input by using the Forms. Next, let's start manually enter this information. First, select the gas station as Marathon Chester, then proceed to enter the planned price and planned cups one by one and click Submit. We can see that the report has been updated. In the bar chart, the section representing Marathon Chester now includes a yellow bar, which indicates the planned revenue calculated based on our input. Additionally, in the data table at the bottom, our entered price and planned sales cups are now displayed, and the total revenue in the last column has been automatically calculated by the system. Now let's use the Forms to enter another set of coffee sales data for Shell in Johnstown. We can see that the bar chart now includes a yellow bar for Shell in Johnstown, representing the planned revenue based on our input. Additionally, the data table below has been updated to reflect the newly entered values. Through this example, we can see that Forms are not only useful for simple data entry and storage but also work seamlessly with the system to perform real-time calculations. The computed results are then automatically reflected in the report, ensuring an interactive and dynamic data analysis experience. Now I will walk you through the step-by-step process of quickly creating this project in PolyAnalyst. We'll define form fields, apply constraints, and set up the Submit button with the scheduler. First, when logging in, we need to enable Use explicit user credentials. Next, let's take a look at the data, specifically the gas station names and their corresponding total revenue in dollars. Next, create a report. We can name it Gas Station Coffee Sale Report. Add the data to the report, then proceed to the report editor. The Forms tab is located on the left side of Report Editor. Click the plus sign to create a new form, then select the storage location for the records you want to input through the form. Now create and name the columns you want to input through the form. Here we want to use forms to input gas station name, planned coffee price and planned cups. We also need to define the column type for each newly created column. Enable required means these values cannot be left empty. Now we can see the newly created columns on the left, ready for input through the form. We need to drag them onto the canvas on the right and define the input format for each value. And we need to drag the Submit button onto the canvas as well. Next, we will generate a report based on what we have on Canvas. We go to the publication page and start entering the first set of data using the forms we just set up. Here we select the gas station Conocomonason with a coffee price of $2 per cup, and plan to sell 3,000 cups per month, then click Submit. The green notification in the bottom left corner confirms that our data has been successfully added. The storage location is the address we initially set when creating the forms, and it is stored in JSON format. Next, we need to go to the Analytical Client page to use the entered data and create the corresponding workflow. First, we need to add a JSON source node to read the data we just entered in the report. And select Browse folder here. We can see that a JSON file has already been created in the previously set path. This is the data we just entered. Now we need to use a join node to link the two datasets together, using gas station name as the key column. Use the existing dataset as the left dataset, select left outer join, and remove any unnecessary extra data. Create a derive node. Here we can see the joined dataset with the data we manually entered appearing in the last two columns. Create a new column called Planned Revenue. And we need to use the data from these two newly created columns to calculate the planned revenue. Now that we have planned revenue and overall revenue, we need to create a bar chart to compare these two sets of data visually. Set gas station as the x-axis, and planned revenue and overall revenue as the y-axis in the bar chart. Now the bar chart is ready. Next, add the data from the derive node and the bar chart to the report. Go to the report editor. Add the newly created bar chart and data table to the canvas. Next, I will make quick enhancements to the bar charts on the canvas, including modifying colors for better clarity, adjusting the legend, and refining the information displayed on the x-axis and y-axis. We will also make some simple enhancements to the data table, including modifying the background color of the column headers and adjusting the font color. And make similar changes to the Submit button. After finalizing the report, we will proceed to the scheduler, enabling the system to automatically read and process the data entered through the forms. First, create a new time event. Name it Coffee Sales Scheduler. Add an auto-execute project child event and select the target project. And enable Use Stored Credentials here. Next, select the node that we want the scheduler to execute when triggered, which is the JSON source node. Next, add a report publishing child event and select the report we are working on. We also need to remember the scheduler's task ID, which is 117 for this one. Go back to the report editor, select the Submit button, navigate to Actions, choose Run Task, and enter the scheduler task ID here so that click Submit in Report will trigger the scheduler. Next, go to the report theme, enable Force Update Publication, so that the report will be automatically updated once published through scheduler. And adjust the maximum publication count. Now the report is ready. Let's create a new publication and go to the publication page. Let's try input some values through the forms and see how they appear in the newly created report. We can see that the newly entered records have been updated in both the data table and the bar chart. Let's enter another set of records through forms. And the reports were updated within seconds after click the Submit button. Through the previous demonstrations, we can see how forms transform reports with interactive inputs, automation, and real-time analytics. Whether for simple data entry or predictive modeling, the possibilities are endless. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions.